Are we really free as human beings? Now today is February 4th, 2020. No? So February 4th is officially the Independence Day of Sri Lanka. Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. No? So I was asking this morning, this question came to me. Are we really free? Can human beings be really free? Can or can't? What do you think? We can be free from conditions. Let's say this shirt you're wearing, you don't feel very comfortable and free in it. You're not free to do something you want to do wearing it. You have the freedom to remove it and then wear something appropriate and get your work done. Let's say this space that we are in now, this physical condition is not allowing us to do, have or be what we desire. So we can change. We have the freedom to change. Within certain parameters, we have certain freedom, certain level of freedom. But that is only if you look at physical conditions. As human beings, we can be free from certain physical conditions that we consider not supportive, not useful, not helpful. Question is, can we be free as humans, this human consciousness? Can it ever be free, this real freedom? Answer would be no. As long as you're a child, right? And we know that all human beings, if you look at them, we are all children. We are a child of a mother father. That mother father is a child of another mother father. If you look at animals also, all living beings for that matter are children. So let's focus on today only about human beings. So human consciousness, knowing that I am a child of so and so, and I have been learning to live my life on earth in a particular way because I have learned it from someone. Can I ever be free from those psychological conditioning our parents have imposed on us? If not imposed, but was genetically handed over. We have no escape. Let us consider our name. The name was given to us. We were given that label. So and so. Can we ever be free from that conditioning? No. Then one might ask, like, okay, why would you want to be free? Someone would say, because with that name, I have got what? So many other millions of uncountable or infinite number of mental concepts and ideas embedded in our name, with our name. Majority of it, let's say more than 90% of it, is unconscious. Let's look at our DNA, so-called genetic code. or our energetic blueprint. As long as you have a physical structure and you have borrowed that from two people, therefore you belong to a certain genealogical code, which we call, identify as our ancestry, relatives. And as long as you have those conditions in your blueprint, you are never free. Let's say your genetic code is like super genius, let's say ancestry is like, to see that coming from a very powerful ancestry. Let's say someone is coming from a so-called very powerful, let's say intelligent, beautiful, rich, healthy, whatever. Then one might ask like, okay, with that kind of grand DNA code, am I still free? No, because the original blueprint of the DNA is only what? An ideal state of affairs. It is not experienced by anyone, any of us right now, right here. Very few human beings once in a while will learn to do that. And that human being is also not someone who is a conditional outcome of a genetic blueprint, but only someone who has liberated from it, will enjoy life to the fullest in a given moment unconditionally. So what I'm saying to you is, even if you have a great DNA and you have a great ancestry, that blueprint is also what? Mostly hidden, subsided and distorted over the generations. So you're not free. Physical structure, as long as you are in these five senses mainly, eyes, nose, tongue, ears and the skin, then you have the brain. So you have 6 senses, so to say, 6 apparatus through which you experience life. As long as you have that kind of a body and a framework, are you free? You're not free from images, like images you see. You're not free from your eyes. As long as you have sounds. Now you can already see, right? You have sounds and you have ears. You're not free from the ears. You're not free from the sounds. As long as you have a functioning nose, you're not free from the nose. You're not free from the smells and the fragrances you inhale. You cannot be, as long as you have a functioning nose. And then you have a tongue, right, and a mouth, a place where you may choose to have some control, but not freedom, right? However, anytime it touches certain substance, the taste is it's inherent that you're going to taste something. So you're not free from it either. You bound to taste something. Let's say you are going to taste salt. There's no freedom from it. As long as you know there's something called salt in the world, so psychologically you're not free from it. And then as long as you taste it, because you know salt, you're never free from it. You're bound to feel it. No, you're not free. Then in terms of the internal organs and all sensations inside your body and external to your body, all those sensations also, you're not free. Now let's consider thoughts come into your brain. Thoughts are like what? Thoughts are also stuff, substance. Thoughts are frequencies. That's why we can recall memories. Once we have experienced something, that energetic imprint is somewhere there in our holographic reality. That's why we can recall memories. In other words, all experiences are stored in your so-called subconscious mind. So anytime you can what? Recall, and without you even recalling, things can come what? To the surface, without you even inviting. And someone else's thoughts can come and hit you. Thoughts from past can come and hit you. They are frequencies, because they are in your holographic reality, or they are in wave forms. They are called imprints, energetic imprints. What people are sending at you can come and hit you, good or bad. Like morning to evening, watching TV, what do you think? Thoughts? Big time. Mass broadcasting. Huge amount of thoughts and ideas in wave form keep on coming and hitting you. Social media, that's exactly what happens. In all types of medias, if you look at all types of thoughts and ideas projected at you, and although you have the freedom to what? Choose to shut it down, most of the time you are affected. Let's say coronavirus. Now this idea was just casually, no, some people are not even aware about it, but someone casually tells them, or they see a piece of news somewhere, accidentally they get to hear this. Can that person be ever free from that thought thereafter? No. The person may choose to respond to it differently, like the way we do. But can we be free from that thought once it has come into our reality? No. As long as we are what? Holding on to past, and we do not know how to let go of it, we are not free. Then most of us live in a what? Future, a desired state in the present moment. In the present moment, we have created images about the future, which we are free to choose to create, because those are also creating imprints, but yet to be manifested in this so-called dense physical reality. Past are things that have really so-called have happened in the dense reality. Therefore, physically you can feel it when you recall memories. But about the future, since this physical structure has not yet gone through it, you only have what? Psychological ideas about it. So imagine someone is living such a future right now. Again, you are not free, because you are what? Bounded by your perceived reality for the future. Again, a psychological framework. You are not free. So now I'm asking you, can you ever be free from the physical body or physical structure as long as you live in it? No. Hopefully the day you die. But that will also be mostly what? Temporary. Why? You have created a lot of energy to the future, and you have been waiting to experience them, and then suddenly expired date hits on you, and when the expiry date hits on you, you have had what? Your mind have had an incomplete life. So you want to what? Be born again or come into a physical existence again. So you're not ever free from the body, your genes, genetic codes, ancestry, past, all memories. Although at a given time everything is not coming to the surface, they are there, means that you are not really free. Although you think, oh, I'm living the present moment, you are living the present moment based on the previous memory. Then you have what? Psychological frameworks, concepts, mental structures and ideas. So do you think a human being can be free from their mind? nearly impossible. The other place where there's almost what? It is impossible, because as long as you have a body and you're breathing and you're alive, you have a thing called the moderating variable, which is the mind. Without the mind you can't experience something, no? So the six senses are essentially what? Functioning of the mind. It's a functioning of the mind. So you are not free from the body, you are not free from the mind either. Now let's talk about something little beyond these two. It is an explanation of the same, but in a different way. Let's say, can you ever be free from karma? Karma, collective karma, individual karma, family karma. Okay, let me put it this way. How do we experience karma? What is karma, for that matter? What is karma? Karma is all our doing, right? Whatever cause and effects, whatever we have caused, there's an effect. So there can be positive effects, negative effects. Let's say in the past I have liked a certain type of food, or a person, or an idea, or I've liked money a lot, anything. The tendency for me to like the same thing in the next moment is absolutely high. So as long as I have liked something, and let's say I have really diligently worked towards it and have had results, I'm not free from it. I will want to what? Continuously have it. So let's say a bad karma, like let's say something I used to do something that hurts me and others, which is a bad karma. Let's say, like the impact is negative. Unskilled actions, we call them. Let's say I was used to doing those actions, and then in the present moment I'm not free from the impact of those actions as well, because my mind will have a tendency to what? Repeat it in similar conditions. Yes or no? Yeah. My mind will find it very, like it's really hard to adapt to a new option. So the karmic impacts, let's say from the parents, family karma, collective karma, like let's say national karma. We have national karma, right? Like in from the name of our country and the ethnicity, we have history, and we have caused collectively harm to each other. Similarly, we have done good things. So all those keep on affecting us from morning to evening, even in our sleep, and we are not free. So on an Independence Day, when people say we are celebrating something, right? I don't know what they are referring to. What kind of freedom? Of course, a condition, like freedom from what? What did we free ourselves from? British colony, right? Yeah. So Britishers were so-called were ruling, and then we thought we didn't have our freedom to do have we desire, and then we fought against it. So yes, then there was a war, and then we fought against it. Certainly we have a better inducive life condition, definitely, like you can peacefully, safely, at least your life is safe, right? Like you have the freedom to live, let's say. You can peacefully live. So that is only a condition. If people look at this idea, they were asking for freedom from someone's control. But if we ever asked ourselves, what do we want freedom for? You see, like freedom to be what? Freedom for? Are we even clear about it even in this present moment? Like, are we, as a nation, as a country, as a society, are we aware enough about what we want freedom for? Freedom from something, yes, but freedom for what? Do you get this idea? So, as human beings, truth is that we are not free. It's almost like what? An impossible scenario for a human being to be free from body, the first place where a human being exists, like the first evidence of existence is the body. Am I free? No, as long as I have these six senses, I am only what? Stuck with this. And then the question is, can I be free from all the psychological ideas, concepts? The biggest misconception is what? That I am the self. I am. Where did I learn it? I mean, I learned it, right? As a baby. Did I ever have it? Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe I did. That's why I became I am. Right? So this idea of I, right? Can someone be even free from the biggest idea about the self, that is I? I exist, I am, me, mine, myself. Do you think a human being can be free from that? It's impossible. It's impossible. Having said that, do you see that every human being is anyway craving for some kind of freedom? Children, they want to be free from parents' control. Parents, they want to somehow finally be free from children. Someone who's having money want to be free from that and have a different kind of freedom. Someone who doesn't have freedom with money want to have money, thinking that they will have freedom. Someone who has better health want a different kind of freedom using the body. Someone who doesn't have a better health, like of good health condition, want to first be free from that sickness. So having a physical body does not actually permit us to be free. That has to be understood. Then there's thing called a mind, right? Functioning of the mind, which provides the capacity to experience life on earth. Again, whole lot of what? Concepts, frameworks and ideas. One can never be free. And then the biggest limitation comes when it comes to the idea about the self. Everything else you can understand that every other idea is arising out of the concept of self, and you are not free. So we are talking about being independent. Actually, every moment we are dependent on something, someone. If there's no external something or someone, at least ideas within ourselves. And then finally we are bounded by our own self, like self, the consciousness, the life breath. We are bounded by that too. We are not free. Like, let's say I want to live eternally. No, anytime this poof can go off and you are not really free. You think you are so free to breathe in certain way. No. You can only what? Change conditions about the breathing as well, right? We are not free. Truth is that we are not free. So what is freedom? Why people are so craving for freedom so much? Some way, conditions or unconditional freedom. Why? Because deep inside, every human being knows the idea of freedom is required because the idea of self is what? Bounded or conditional. Deep inside, every being knows that they are what? Anyway free. Deep inside. But as long as you have a body, you're stuck with it. As long as you have a mind and accumulated garbage around the mind content, you're stuck with it. And the whole thing called life, you're stuck with it. This is like what? An infinite energy, infinite being, if you like to call it, is stuck in a few dimensional, multi-dimensional or tri-dimensional reality. Infinite being. Deep inside, we all know that we are free anyway. That's why we somehow want what? Freedom. We keep looking for it in situations, circumstances, people, conditions. We keep seeking for it. And failing or succeeding by seeking? Do you think we fail or succeed by seeking freedom? So people thought they were independent, right, from the British colony. Okay. So, but are we really free as a nation to be happy? Are we free as a nation to be what? Brave? Are we free as a nation to be kind? Are we free as a nation to be so loving? Are we free as a nation to be healthy? Are we free as a nation to be super brainy and intelligent, that we solve all our problems by ourselves? Are we free as a nation to forgive each other and come into unity? No. We were just free from a particular condition. Are we free as a nation to enjoy the abundance we have in this country? Are we free as a nation to be just happy for what we have? No. So, I'm asking you again. So, this eternal quest for freedom and to be free, some people then thereafter learning that the physical body is not true, the mind is not true, then seek what? Spiritual freedom. Do you think we can ever find freedom? Do you think human being eternal quest for freedom to be liberated will ever succeed, or will it fail? It will fail. We have what? Only evidence of failure every day. Be honest with yourself now. Now be honest with yourself. You understand that you have never been free. In the very process of what? Seeking freedom, you only will be further bounded by sometimes idea about God, idea about Buddha, idea about your own religion. You're bounded. You've never been free. Even the idea of freedom is what? Is binding you. The idea about being enlightened or spiritual freedom is binding you. That's what our friends are going through, right? It's binding them. That's why they're trying to break free. So, because freedom, being free, is our eternal nature, it is never to be sought after. It is every moment, right now, right here. However, because we have been so conditioned to look for a conditional freedom, it's not easy for the mind to comprehend this idea. Mind is not ready to understand this, right? Yeah. Imagine if your mind was ever ready to absorb this idea that I'm presenting to you. You're free, right? Right now, right here, you're free, right? You get that here? Like right now, right here, you are free. And every moment, like that, you're free. You see that? That's why in the name of seeking freedom, mankind have hurt each other. In the name of seeking freedom, we have actually what? Killed, harmed, hurt, destroyed, abused, manipulated, used each other, and have never enjoyed true freedom. Because true freedom gives us what? Joy of being, happiness, joy of being, like true happiness, unconditional happiness. When was the last time you saw someone unconditionally happy? You would say, oh, children or kids. No, they are also conditional, because when parents come and stop them playing, they will be unhappy. When the baby is not given the proper care, milk and the warmth, the baby will cry. That's why we said, as long as the self is stuck in the body, not free, the self is stuck in the mind, not free, then self is stuck in the self, like life, like I'm self, I'm consciousness or life or breath. Again, you're not free. And it becomes an eternal quest. So can you see that who is actually getting imprisoned? Is it the body? Can someone imprison someone's physical body? Not really. That's why Nelson Mandela, if you look at, they imprisoned him, but he never behaved like a prisoner. He achieved his mission anyways, with grace. His wife was free. She was carrying weapons, but she was far away from his mission. She failed. Physical body can be put under different conditions, but if the mind is free, nothing can stop that person. So it's a Buddha, someone who has liberated from the mind. Because after all, even the self and no self and body, everything is experienced by which variable? The mind. That's why all Buddhas utter only 3 simple statements ultimately. Sabbapapa sakarana, kusala supasampada, sajitta pariyo dapana. Yetam Buddhan sasana means avoid all types of so-called wrongful actions or unskilled actions. Perform all skilled actions. As a human being, you have to be able to think, say, and do the right thing at all times. That's skilled, being skilled. But finally, what do you have to do? You have to be free from the very mind that is making you skilled or unskilled. Because you have a thing called mind, you become skilled or unskilled. Hence, you have to finally, how much ever you perform all good deeds or skilled action, how much ever you perform all skilled action, what do you have to finally do? Be free from that very mind that causes skilled or unskilled action. To be free from the mind as well. Do you think it's possible? Yes, it's possible. If it was never possible, then a human being wouldn't have made such statement. So those human beings who are making those statements are Buddhas, are the ones who say it's possible. We are also in the, they are also in a physical body. They are also using a mind. They also have breath and the life force energy. And they declare, I'm free from the mind. And hopefully teach others who are also seeking the same freedom. Okay. Right. May all beings be well, happy, free from all suffering, and be enlightened.